Hi there guys, this is Nikhil from GreedyTech and these are the tips and tricks on your Lenovo Vibe K5 Note. So this is my K5 Note in the grey color and let me just lock this device for now. So this is your lock screen, and in your lock screen we have a quick option to turn on the flash. Simply press and hold the home button to turn on the flash. And when it does turn on, you get the flash on the back and a red notification bar. So to turn off the flash, simply press this red notification bar and it will be stopped. Now you already know we have a fingerprint scanner on the back and we can use the fingerprint scanner to quickly unlock the device. So let me just place my finger and it will unlock the device. And this is our stock home launcher. So there isn't much to say about this launcher, but there is something very unique about this Vibe UI. So this is what it calls as Android launcher. So there are two launchers pre-installed. If you go to preferences, you can select the default launcher. One is the Vibe UI one, which is the one which probably the Chinese people get, with no app drawer. So this is how it looks. All the apps get thrown onto your home screen and no app drawer. Let me just go back to the Android launcher. Now this is more of a stock Android experience. We get the app drawer and the rest of the stuff. So anyway, by the way guys, this is a live wallpaper on the back which doesn't come pre-installed. Next, these are your notifications, and if I do that once again, I get the notification toggles. So this is your brightness slider. And these are your notification toggles. If you want to rearrange them or add a new one or remove these notification toggles, simply press this button over here and you'll get additional options. By the way, these are the most frequently used notification toggles, or at least the ones that I use. And I have set it up in this way. We have all the unique features right in the notification area. So the first one would be the do not disturb mode. You can simply enable that by clicking that, and now it is enabled. Do not disturb mode is more like an enhanced version of sleep mode. Do check out other videos on that to know more about it. Next we have something called as superpower. So if I enable that, this is how our phone looks now. Our smartphone becomes a dumb phone and thereby increases our battery life a lot. This is how our phone dialer looks, and we only have access to 6 applications. These are the top 3 applications: phone dialer, contacts, SMS application, and besides that we can add these 4 applications. So the intention of this particular mode is to save your battery. Just use this mode when you're really low, maybe on 10% or 5%, and you can't charge your device for the upcoming 5 to 6 hours. To come out of this mode, simply click this button and you will be out. By the way, if you don't like this particular launcher, you can switch with other launchers. For example, I have installed the TSF Shell launcher. Now to change TSF Shell launcher as your default home launcher, simply go to settings, select home, and over here we have the additional launcher. By the way, you will see these options only if you have additional launchers installed on your phone. So to change the launcher, I can simply do that and press home button to go to that particular launcher. So this is the TSF Shell launcher. By the way, for some reason, whenever you go to the superpower saving mode, your default home launcher changes and your wallpaper changes too. Next we have something called as night mode. So it simply reduces the brightness levels drastically to protect your eyes in the night. Next we have white touch. So this is the toggle for that. Once you enable the white touch, you will get this bubble which can be moved anywhere you want, and once you click that, you'll get these additional shortcuts. You can also configure all these buttons by pressing this button over here. I usually don't use that because it always comes on the screen. So anyway, next we have Dolby Atmos sound enhancement. If you want that, simply enable this toggle, and if you don't want, you can do that once again. By the way, this is for turned on and this is for turned off, and if you just press and hold it, you will get additional options. Next, if we go to the settings, we have some pretty cool stuff over here in the settings called as feature. So first we have quick snap. So it is currently turned on. So let me just show you how it works. When your phone is locked, simply press volume up or volume down buttons twice to quickly take a picture. So there you go. Next we have something called as knock to light, which is nothing but double tap to wake. So just come here and enable it, and from now on you have double tap to wake. Next we have flip to sleep. So to lock your device, you can simply flip your phone. And now it's locked. Let me just do that once again. I'm not pressing any buttons, by the way. Once you flip your phone, the device will be locked. Next we have fingerprint gestures. So we have two gestures, single tap and long press. I have configured it to go back on a single tap and open the recent tabs panel or multitasking for long press. So before we try this, let me just disable flip to sleep. Now let me just press once. Now we are back. Now we will be on the home screen. Now let me just do a long press. There we go. Now we are in the multitasking page. So very useful features, but we need to get used to them. And finally, if you want to turn off flash in the lock screen using the home button, you need to enable this toggle. Next, go to Power Manager. Next, select Background App Management. Usually applications will be restarted in the background. For example, you might be getting notifications from Asphalt 8, Flipkart, Myntra, regular notifications about sales or products. All that happens because these applications are running in the background constantly. So if you don't want those applications to run in the background and consume your battery, you can simply disable auto start feature from here. For example, we have the Flipkart. Where is that? Okay, we have Flipkart over here. And if I don't want it to auto start in the background, I can simply click this, and from now on it won't start in the background without my permission, or at least until I open it. So using this particular tweak, we can drastically improve your battery life. Next, go to apps, and now just press this button over here and you'll get some additional options. First, we have the app permissions from Android Marshmallow. So these are all the permissions, and if you click on any one of them, you get to see all the applications which have access to that particular permission. We can grant or disable permissions for any of these apps by just doing this. Next we have default apps. Besides changing the default home launcher, we can select the default browser, default phone dialer app, and default SMS application. Next we have battery optimization. Just in case if you're trying to download any game or using torrents in the background throughout the night, you might find that the application stops downloading after some time. In that situation, you need to come to this place and disable battery optimization for that particular application. This is actually because of those feature from Android Marshmallow. Whenever your device is put aside, whenever it's not being used, it will simply turn off all the network access and thereby increase your battery life. But when you're intentionally trying to download something, if that application stops working, it's not a good thing. So in that situation, simply select all apps and select the app that you want to give permission to and select do not optimize and done. So that's what you need to do if any of your apps are losing internet access when the device is locked for some time. If you want to enable developer options, simply go to About Phone, scroll down and click on build number 7 times. Now we have developer options over here. From here we can enable USB debugging. By the way, if you feel the transitions and animations to be slow on this device, you can scroll down and come to here and select all these 3 options as 0.5 or simply turn it off to make your device feel faster. You can also increase it to 10 to make your device very slow. Next, if we go to display, we have the option to change display color balance. So from here we can go to comfort mode, or we can change the custom values, like we can change the tone of the display to warm or cooler. We can change the saturation levels. We can enable or disable the smart brightness. I usually go with these settings. And finally, if you want to take a screenshot on your device, simply press volume down and power button both at the same time to take a screenshot. We also have a notification toggle specifically for that. Use that if you are having a hard time to do this gesture. Next would be the VR mode. So basically you split the screen into two parts like this and put it very close to your eyes in a VR headset. So it will look as if you are in a theater. And this time around, Lenovo has launched the Theater Max controller to control your phone when it's inside the VR headset. How you can lock and unlock applications using the fingerprint scanner on your OnePlus 3. This method will also work with OnePlus 2 and any other device with a fingerprint scanner running Android Marshmallow. Firstly, you need to install an app called as App Lock. So simply searching for the name will not give you the correct app. So I'll try to leave a link for that in the description area. So once you install it, just open it up and it will ask you to set a default password or the backup password. I'll set it a default pattern. Now you need to enter a backup mail ID. So let me just do that. Now once you're done, simply press done. And now you need to give it some additional permissions. So just turn it on and let's go back. Now the next time you open the app, it will list all the apps that are currently installed on your device. Now to lock any particular application, simply click on it and the toggle will be enabled. I have locked the WhatsApp application and when I try to open it, it will ask me for the pattern or the password. So to use the fingerprint scanner to unlock it, we need to go to the settings of App Lock and there we have the toggle to use the fingerprint scanner. So just enable that and the next time you open the WhatsApp application or even the App Lock, it will ask you to use the fingerprint scanner. We can't record any new fingerprints. The app will use the same fingerprints that you use to unlock the phone. So if you use a different fingerprint, it won't unlock the app, and if you use the right fingerprint, it will unlock the app. Even when you have configured it in this way, we can use the backward password by pressing the button on the top right corner of the screen. By default, all the apps are locked immediately when you leave them. If you want a different behavior or if you don't want the app lock to lock the applications immediately, we can change that in the settings too. So that's pretty much it for this video guys. There aren't many tips and tricks for this particular phone, but whatever we have are most usable. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you do, hit that like button and stay tuned to us by subscribing to our channel. And I'll catch up with you in my next video. Until then, have a nice day.